Guys, Dr. Rose here. Just wanted to come on for a couple minutes and share something that I found insightful. So it's at the beginning of the year. You know, many people have resolutions or affirmations or goals that they set for themselves. And earlier in the week, I posted something that said sometimes to get a better ideal of who you are, we've got to go back to the beginning. We've got to go back to the beginning. And so what motivated that post was I came across a stack of old journals. These were journals that I've had ranging from elementary school all the way into adulthood. And I picked up a particular journal that was gifted to me by my mom in 1986. And I went to the first page of this journal. And there were three separate entries on this first page, two in April of 86 and one in August of 1986. In reading the entries and just reading them, they seemed totally unrelated. It was nothing profound. But after reading that journal and closing it up, it was later on in the day I realized that those three journal entries, as insignificant as they seem, as unrelated as they seem, really encapsulated the essence of who I am at my core. And I was 14 years old when I wrote this. So the first journal entry was that I was out looking for more donations and sponsorship for the March of Dimes walkathon that I was in. I will walk this walkathon every year. Some of you may remember it back in the 80s. It was a 20-mile walk, seriously, 20 whole miles. And I would do it for years and collect donations for the March of Dimes. I would do it with friends, or sometimes I'd do it by myself if I couldn't wrangle, anyone to go along with me. The second entry journal of April of 1986 basically talked about how my mom had given me a money order so I could put a down payment on my 8th grade trip, and how I was excited about that, and how I was finishing up a short story I was working on. The last journal entry of August of that year discussed how insignificant and uneventful the summer seemed to be, and how much I was looking forward to September for school to start again because I was ready to get back in the classroom. Those three entries, again, as kind of mundane as they seem, they capture the essence of who I am even now, 38 years later, collecting donations for the March of Dimes. I'm someone who likes to help. Like, I've made it a whole career. Second journal entry, traveling. This is where I get my fill on. And storytelling. Like, I've incorporated these things into my practice. This is what still sets my soul on fire. And then the last journal entry with me wanting to get back to school, right? Sounds like such a nerd, right? Getting ready, like, let the summer end so I can get back to the classroom. But this constant thirst for knowledge that I have, constant thirst of wanting to just fill myself with more knowledge and awareness that I can use to bring to others and to help others navigate their life. These three things is who I'm made of, helping others. I'm a storyteller. I use my storytelling in part of my helping others. I'm a traveler. I like to connect with people. I like to see the world because I understand just the immense healing potential that exposing ourselves to different places and different people have, in our lives. I just want to encourage you guys, if you are struggling with trying to figure out who you are, or struggling with getting back to the truth of who you are at your essence, go back to the beginning. You may not have journals, but go back to that time in your childhood where you felt free, where you felt like you were really plugged in. That's before the world did its job on you. That was before people told you who you shouldn't be, couldn't be, can't be, or what have you. Sometimes it means you may have to go back and ask people you trust, maybe a parent or an aunt or someone who knew you at this time in your life. Describe what type of child I was. Describe what you saw made me happy. That can give you a great indication of what it is you need to implement in your life to just find that fulfillment again. Because sometimes to figure out the direction that we should be headed in, we have to go back to the beginning and remind ourselves of the truth. That's with a capital T, the truth of who we are, our unadulterated selves. So take this message. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you're doing for yourself to just return back to the truth of you, and share it here. And until next time, guys, remember, live your life in full bloom. Bye-bye. Join me in beautiful Costa Rica for the Trans Senior Trauma Retreat. Visit my website under events for more information.